Come in.
Hi, Mrs. Barry. How are you?
Fine,
Good.
fine.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see
How
you
are
again,
you?
too. Just fine,
And
thanks.
how's the family?
Everyone is good.
Good. How's your cold?
Oh, got over that.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. Because
I'm fine
last
now.
week when I saw you, you
Right,
were
I did a
under
little
the weather.
bit. Mm-hmm.
Good. Good.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Great. Well, as you know, I asked you to come in today so that we can review your lab tests.
Right,
And
right.
I actually have had the opportunity to take a look at them. And I'm delighted to tell you that they're all fine.
Oh, that's
They're
really
all
good.
fine. We have them right here.
Terrific.
And as you know, it's a lot of numbers here, but they're really all fine. Remember the last time your hemoglobin was a little bit low, and right now it's back to normal.
Terrific.
And your kidney functions are normal, and your liver functions are normal, and everything looks just great. And I'm delighted.
Great.
Really, really fine. Your cholesterol is fine. And of course, remember last week, your blood pressure was normal also. Mm-hmm. So I think you're doing very well.
Very
I think
good.
you're in great shape.
I do feel fine, really.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Do you have any problems that you'd like to tell me about since last week?
No, not at all. Everything's going well.
Great.
I just wanted to make sure all those tests were okay.
Well, I'm delighted that they sure were wonderful. You know, one of the things that I've had the opportunity to do since last week is to review your chart, and I think everything looks fine, except there are a few things that I noticed were actually missing from the chart, which I'd like to tell you a little bit about. Do you have a few moments?
Sure, sure.
Okay. These are something we call advance directives. Are you familiar with that term?
No.
These advance directives are actually, they're two documents. One is something called a health proxy, a healthcare proxy, and the other is a living will. Are you familiar with either one of those?
No, not at all.
Okay. Let me explain a little bit about them, if I may. A healthcare proxy is a document which assigns to an individual the permission to make decisions about your health care should you not be able to communicate with individuals. Basically, if your decision-making capacity were impaired, as it perhaps could be with mental illness or with physical illness, then, and certainly you would not be able to communicate, then your healthcare proxy would then be able to follow your wishes, which would have been determined prior.
Oh.
So that's something that we call the healthcare proxy. I have a copy of one here, and as you notice, it says I, and you'd put your name, hereby appoint whoever you wish with their address as my healthcare agent to make any and all healthcare decisions for me, except to the extent that I state otherwise.
And when I put my husband, for instance?
Well, you could put your husband. Typically, one might put a spouse. Typically, one could put another family member, like one of your 4 children.
Oh, I see.
Or you could even put a friend. Something like this is really quite important because if in the unfortunate situation that a patient has a stroke or is in an automobile accident and is brain dead, it's important to know who will make that ultimate decision of what the real end of life will actually be.
I see.
Some people have very strong feelings about that they want to be on whatever life support is necessary. That's respirators and that IVs and antibiotics and tube feedings and things of that nature. And other people want it, other people don't want it. And perhaps even different members of your family might have different opinions also. So basically what this says is it appoints someone by you who you have given the permission to make that ultimate decision to carry out what your wishes are.
I see.
So that brings us actually to this other document, which is the living will. And basically what this says is that I, that would be you, being of sound mind, make this statement as a directive. That's where the term advance directive comes in. To be followed if I become permanently unable to participate in the decisions regarding my medical care.
I see.
Now, it's important to recognize that both the living will as well as the healthcare proxy can be changed at any time. And I'm not asking you now to actually sign this or put this together. I'd like you to take a copy of this as well as a copy of the healthcare proxy home with you to discuss this with your husband and your family, and then you can then make the decision on whom you wish to be your healthcare proxy.
I see.
Healthcare proxies are very important, and they're given to individuals who are young as well as old. And I want you to understand that there's nothing wrong with you right now. And as you know, the blood tests are all fine. So I'm doing this now while you're in good health. And it's something, it's like a will. You put it together now, put it in your safe, give it to all the people who might be involved, certainly your health proxy, to your son, to your daughters, to your family, put in your safe deposit box, give it, I will certainly keep it in my records, and then you will be able to have it so that in the unfortunate situation when, if indeed this ever occurs, we'll have the information to know exactly what you want.
Do I need a lawyer?
Well, in most states you do not. And actually what you can do is you'll take this home with you, you'll look at it, and then perhaps in a month or two when I see you again and check your blood pressure, we can discuss it again. And we can decide then, and if you wish, we can sign it and have it signed by the appropriate other individuals here in the office.
Okay.
Okay.
So what kinds of decisions can I actually choose? I'm not used to deciding my medical questions at all. You are.
I know. Well, doctors carry forth the instructions by patients for end-of-life decisions. And that's what's important here. As you notice here, you have the ability to indicate whether or not in the situation of a situation of illness, when there is no hope, you have the decision of whether or not you would want cardiac resuscitation, artificial resuscitation, antibiotics, artificial nutrition, tube feedings, and things of that nature.
No, I wouldn't really want anything to just keep me alive if I'm dying.
Okay.
I really want to not be put on any respirator.
These are important decisions that we have to know to put into the record so that we will be able to follow your wishes.
I see.
Okay. Now, you should also understand that we will always support you with pain medications, with intravenous, whatever, but these are kind of more radical forms of instrumentation, etc., so that we would want to make sure that we follow directly exactly what your wishes are. But I assure you that I will always continue to be your physician as long as you wish it, and it'll be my honor and privilege to take care of you. So you have that always. That has nothing to do with this. This is just something to do, put it away, and then we will hopefully never need to use it.
Okay. Well, I certainly will talk it over. I think my husband would be the best person.
Okay.
Because I can see my children arguing or something. Though I guess we could explain everything to them.
Absolutely.
And if we have any questions...
I will certainly be able to see you next month, but if you have any questions today, tomorrow, next week, certainly feel free to call me, have your children call me, your husband, and I would certainly be delighted to share with them whatever they need to know.
Great. Okay. I never heard of these before.
They are important documents which are being actually requested now for patients young and old. And I think they are important. Hopefully we'll never, ever have to look at them in your case. So please take them home, have your family look at them, discuss it with your family and your husband, and then I'll be delighted to speak with them should they have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you in a month.
Fine.
Okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Ms. Barry.
Bye now.